Hello and welcome to an update of the Hungry Bin. So first things first, I wanted to say that I have been finding dead, dried out worms here around the Hungry Bin for a little while now. And I had that issue 2 years ago when I started that bin before, and they seem to be coming out from these areas down here, and until they settle down there's really nothing to be done. So just let me just clean that up and we'll be back to do the update. Okay, we're back. Let's take a look at the condition of the bin and what these guys did with the feeding. I'm keeping the material moist. And comfortable for the worms. Of course, keeping the bin open is not ideal because things do tend to dry out. But when I close the lid, as you saw before in my previous videos, they just all go climbing. So unfortunately, we have to adapt. So that's what I'm doing right now, but I'm thinking maybe I'm going to put a plastic over the top to keep everything nice and moist, and this way maybe they'll have the air that they need and keep everything moist at the same time. But things are looking good in here. Nothing unexpected really. Putting a lot of bedding in here because I want to make sure these guys don't go crawling on me, especially at night. That's when they do their finest work. But they did seem to be spread out basically throughout the bin. And of course, I'm not thrilled about the fact that they are getting out from the bottom, but what can you do? Okay, so we're going to give them a feeding. In order to keep everything nice and moist, I'm going to take some of this material out, and then I'll be covering the food back up with this material. I got a nice feeding for them. Fruit. They love fruit. And let's see what else we have here. Some more bananas. I tried sprouting some lentils and they sprouted beautifully, but nobody wanted to eat them. So I guess the worms will have a go at it. I think that should be enough. Should be enough. Plenty. Now they'll get dusting of the oyster shell. And we will cover this whole thing up, keeping it moist. We don't want anything drying out while the worms do their thing. for those who are wondering if the worms are always stay on top and work, no, they don't. They also go to the bottom. That is why when I used to do my harvesting, I used to find the worms in the compost, or the, it wasn't castings, it was the original compost that I started with. So yeah, they were in there. But we'll see how this goes. So I'm going to get a plastic, I'm going to put it on top, and then of course I'm going to put the mesh fabric over it and see if that helps retain the moisture and give these guys what they need to be happy. And we'll, you know, we will see. Trying to make this thing work for me. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you next week.